everybody. This is Kevin Davidson, your host for Kevin's Corner, Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective. And this is episode number 57, so we're getting up there. So I want to thank everybody that's ever watched my podcast. And I want to thank all the guests, the agents and vendors that have been on the podcast. We're going to keep doing this for another 57 episodes. I also have to thank my support staff, which is Jennifer Smidas, the area president, Caitlin Korner, Devin, the escrow officer here in Sugar Land office, and Wendy Santana over in Richmond, and of course the assistants, processors, and everybody that works in our offices. I couldn't do the podcast without you. Also, if you're a real estate agent or a vendor that operates in the Fort Bend County area and you want to be on the podcast, give me a call, 832-654-0527, or email me at kevin.davidson@stewart.com, and I'll be happy to put you on the podcast. In saying that, let's get started with episode number 57. So this is actually a really cool episode for me because my first guest is a real estate agent that I met 40 minutes ago. Literally.
Yes.
I was supposed to have another one of my friends on, and she couldn't make it, so she asked her friend, Jenny Rendon,
Correct.
from TRUSS Real Estate. She was so happy, and I'm so happy she was nice enough to come from wherever you drove in from to be on the podcast. So say hi to everybody. Introduce yourself.
Hello. Yes, as Kevin said, my name is Jenny Rendon. We TRUSS Real Estate. We work mostly new properties, new developments in the suburbs and inner loop.
Okay.
Mostly.
So the first thing we have to address is your accent. So
Yes.
you're obviously not
Native.
American like me.
No.
So tell everybody, if you don't mind, where you're from.
So I'm from Colombia.
Okay.
I came 10 years ago to the United States.
10 years ago.
Here to Texas.
And I think you mentioned to me when I first met you that you used to be, either you have your accounting degree
Correct.
and or you were an accountant in
I was an accountant in Colombia.
Colombia.
Correct.
And you came to the United States, and would you say that they didn't recognize your degree, or you had to get...
They did recognize it, but then I had to do the exam to pass the bar to be a CPA.
Okay.
So I decided to get my real estate license instead.
So why did you decide to get a real estate license as opposed to being a football player?
Well, I was always in love with real estate since I read the Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Mm-hmm.
I read that in college, and since then I fell in love with real estate, and I was thinking one day I want to invest in real estate. So the initial thought was to invest.
Mm-hmm.
But since I didn't have the money yet, so I'm like, okay, let's start from
Let's get
scratch.
into the industry and then go from there.
Right.
Okay. Since you've gotten your real estate license, I believe you told me that you mainly deal with new builds.
Correct.
Correct. You've been an agent for what, 6 years now?
6 years already.
Have you always dealt with just new builds?
No, I actually started specializing in apartment locating.
Mm-hmm.
So I do luxury apartments and apartments in general in Houston. And my idea and strategy was to start with rentals and then convert those rentals to buyers.
Did you hear everybody? Did you hear what she said? If you're a new agent, work with renters because you can turn them into buyers, okay? And then what do buyers turn into later in life? Sellers. And if they sell their house, they're going to need another place to live usually. So they're a buyer again. 4 transactions, 1 person, but you got to put in the time.
And sometimes it's more than 4 transactions.
Sometimes it is, especially if you're working with an investor.
Right.
What is it about real estate that you like? Why do you chose to be a realtor? Did you make the right decision?
I think I did. Real estate changed my life for better.
Okay.
I became a better person. It developed me personal and professionally a lot. And the ability to help people to get their dream home or their dream to owning a home is very exciting. Like, I always get so excited. Closing is always so beautiful.
I was going to say, you probably like the closing part of it because then it's done and you help them get their property.
I actually enjoy all the process, and let me tell you what, I'm with a company that is mostly with financial literacy, so I enjoy all the process because I guide my clients to get the most cost-effective borrowing for their homes.
Mm-hmm.
So I save them tons of money, and that feels very good.
Yeah, yeah, you probably have a lot of happy customers.
Yes.
So you weren't always working with new builds. You were working with the renters and everything. What part of town do you like? Do the new builds that you work with? What part of town are they in?
I usually work in the suburbs with the new construction, but right now I'm very focusing on areas that has a lot of development right now, mostly in the inner loop,
Inside the
close
loop, okay.
close to the loop, and then these properties are like getting equity so fast because all of the developments around. So I enjoy like giving that to my clients, so they're not only getting a property, they are getting an investment that is going to produce their money. So
It's going to go up on value.
yes,
I mean, home prices right now.
I mean that's what data show us before. So unless something very different happen, that's how it's gonna go.
Yeah, you when someone approaches you that wants to buy a home, what's your process? What kind of questions do you ask them? What are things that you say they should prepare for?
So, every client is different. Every client has different needs, and some of them wants to live close to the best schools for raising kids. Some of them wants just to own a home so their money don't lose value on time. Some of them wants investments and wants to make money with that, and that is the only purpose.
Yeah.
So it depends on the purpose. Also, something very important, I work with a lot of first-time home buyers.
Okay.
And something important to ask them is how long they are planning to live in this house.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yes.
And if they say just a few years, what's your response?
Well, there is a break point for their down payment. That is very important for them to acknowledge. So I take my clients through all the financing process. I do a soft pre-qual, so I know what loan program fits them better. Because most realtors don't know, but there's tons of loan programs for every different type of person or areas. Some areas has loan programs that has a lot of benefits, and people don't know this. And other lenders, there's few lenders that have programs that are very saving money for people, but you have to know what you're doing to get there.
And that's part of your job as a real estate agent, to be able to guide your clients through the maze of all these different loan programs and what might be best for them. We're fixing to have a mortgage lady up here in a couple of minutes in segment number 2 to talk about that.
Correct.
So let's talk a little bit about, you've been in the business for 6 years. And up until now, how do you promote your business? How have you been getting your leads, your business?
So it's mostly referrals and social media.
What social media platforms are you on?
It's mostly Facebook, YouTube, and obviously Instagram. It's my favorite.
That's your favorite.
I'm trying to transition to TikTok, but not there yet.
Why is Instagram your favorite?
I made a lot of my clients there, my rental clients.
Okay. And what are you putting on Instagram that's making you get these rental clients?
Well, I actually switched brokerages like couple of months before, so I've been a little in and out because I'm adjusting to the new way that I'm working with. But I was usually it's being constant with the content, consistency,
yes.
And that's something that I have to improve, for sure.
Now, you just met Nas, who's going to be up in segment number 2. So she is an expert at TikTok videos. So before we leave, you need to get her number.
Yes.
Because her and her friend Shiva are the best.
That's great.
And we'll show you some before we leave, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. I'm going to follow you.
Right over there, yeah. So what about...
So yeah, when I meet with my clients, I make sure to have a first meeting to go through all the process and what kind of loan fits them better. I do a DTI.
Debt to income ratio?
Yes.
What's a good debt to income ratio?
Well, something better than 55,
Okay.
which
Yeah.
is,
Well,
I mean,
the
40.
lower-
We have 42 for FHA and 55 for conventional, right? Ah, no, it's the opposite.
Yeah,
Okay, we have FHA 55 and
Mhm.
conventional at 42. So anything before 42 is great.
Awesome. Well, then I should qualify for all kinds of loans. I don't have any debt except for my house.
Oh, that's cool.
what
No
is
credit
it-
cards?
One.
Okay.
And there's never anything on it. So,
Oh.
what is something marketing-wise that you might want to do in the future that you haven't done in the past?
Well, I dare to come here because I need to put myself more in camera.
Look at see.
So
Get
that's
yourself
one
out
of,
there.
yes. So that's something that my colleagues always tell me, like, put yourself in camera, put yourself in camera. So that's what I'm here, like, breaking the roof.
The ceiling. So let me ask you, since you brought that up, what was your first reaction when Maria called you and asked you to do this?
It's attraction,
Really?
the law of attraction.
You didn't say like, no, I don't want to do this or anything, but you were actually excited about doing it?
I was like, actually, I don't have to tour tomorrow at 3 p.m. So, okay, let's go.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. What are some of the? Give me a couple of examples of some things that you might want to do in the future besides, camera and stuff like that.
Well, what I want to do is educate buyers about the process and all the alternatives that they have,
Mhm.
because some buyers don't know that they can afford a home right now and they are paying rent, putting their money in the trash practically,
Mhm.
or paying another person's mortgage, as we always said. So I want to be with more educational videos for my buyers.
That's good. And then what are you going to do with those videos? Where are you going to put them?
I guess YouTube,
Yeah,
social
YouTube.
media.
Put them on YouTube, and then you take the YouTube link from the YouTube and you post it on social media, your website. She knows what she's
I'm
talking
learning.
about. Yeah, she's learning. So you are from Colombia, so
Correct.
I'm going to step on a limb and say that you probably speak Spanish
Better than English.
better than English. So why don't you say something to the Hispanic crowd that's going to be watching the podcast that you'd like them to know about you, and say it in Spanish.
Bueno, mi nombre es Jenny Rendon y actualmente estoy también ayudando a compradores en el exterior, especialmente en Latinoamérica, que quieren invertir su dinero en los Estados Unidos para dolarizar su patrimonio. Así que si hay alguien interesado en comprar en español, aquí estoy a su disposición.
She does look a lot more comfortable in Spanish than she does in English, doesn't she?
Of course.
Wow, she just ran off with that. Awesome.
Good information.
Very good information. What's one thing that you want anybody and everybody that would be interested in real estate, if they found you on the internet, if they found you some way with your marketing, what's the one thing that you want everybody to know about you as a real estate agent if they were to call you and hire you? What makes you unique?
I think the way my financing literacy is
Mhm.
my power there, because I since I'm in this new broker, I feel like I'm saving more money to my clients.
Mhm.
Thousands of dollars, like there's program that doesn't have like PMI or
Mhm.
things like that. That's like roughly 300 in a 400 house,
Mhm.
400,000. So being able to give that to the buyers, and that's one
So
of the
you can-
things.
You provide information and stuff that will help your buyer make a better educated decision on what they're going to buy, how much they're going to spend,
Right.
the mortgage programs that they can get into. You just help them make the best decision.
Also, something very important is to know what materials are being used in the house, because
Oh,
that make
okay.
a lot of difference, like recognizing the types of ceilings, types of
Mhm.
floor, like looking at the countertops and know what quality is that is very
Mhm.
important too, to guide our clients to make the best decision.
Yeah, because depending on the type of materials that you put in the house and upgrades will determine whether the price is going up or down.
Yeah, and most realtors tend to compare houses without taking that into account.
Mm.
So you really want a realtor that knows all of these things and can compare a house and know the value of a house. Like,
And that's you,
Just-
right?
and that's me.
That's Jenny. So tell everybody what social media platforms you're on.
So I am most Oh, sorry. I'm most active in Instagram, which is jennyrendon.htx.
You're on Facebook? And
I'm
you're
in Facebook as Jenny Rendon Realtor, and also you can contact me at my number. You can text 832-808-9667.
Can they email you?
Yes, they can email me to jenny@trusstx.com.
Do me a favor. This is more for me, but even might be somebody out there watching. Spell your last name.
My last name is Rendon.
Okay, because that's part of your
Email.
and part of your, so, because I would misspell it and never find you and get upset. And so, give me your phone number one more time.
So my number is 832-808-9667. You can contact me with any question of real estate.
She's there to help. She's there to serve. All right, guys. And if you speak Spanish, don't be afraid to talk to her in Spanish, because obviously she likes to speak
speak better Spanish than English.
Better Spanish than English. So thank you very much for being on the podcast.
Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me.
I literally just met her an hour ago, so this is really cool. So Jenny Rendon from TRUSS Real Estate. Give her a call. We'll be right back. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with segment number 2 with the one and only Nas Kary from Revolve Mortgage. Be right back. Hey everybody, this is Kevin Davidson, your host for Kevin's Corner, Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective. This is episode number 57, segment number 2. Anybody that knows me knows who this is, because we're always together. This is Nas Kary from Revolve Mortgage.
Hello.
She's back again. This is the 4th time she's been on the podcast. Maybe this might be the first time she watches her podcast. She swears she's never seen it one time, and I don't understand that. So, say hey everybody, Nas. Tell them who you are and what you do.
Hello. Thank you, Kevin, for having me for the 4th time here. And I don't know if I have anything new to say today, but I try to. Yes.
We'll figure it out.
And now I think you guys know why I don't watch myself, because I don't like my voice, and I hope you like it. But
if they like it, then you should watch your podcast.
No, I don't.
Don't worry about it. And by the way, she painted this.
Yeah.
This is her painting. See, it says Nas right there.
And he's gonna get a bigger one and better one soon.
She keeps saying that, but we'll see.
Yeah, we have to work on it.
New
idea.
I did buy you some paints and an apron.
Yes, I use it. I was gonna send you a picture because I painted a new one and I have another new painting commission. Okay. So and I wear the red one, okay. Yeah, and I use the brushes you got me.
She was styling today, wasn't she?
Yeah, it was my birthday and Kevin surprised me and gave me a painting, because I love that.
You can't buy, well, other than like diamonds and all that stuff, but that's her fiance's responsibility. So I got her paints and aprons. So let's stop talking about that and talk about why you're here. Revolve Mortgage.
Revolve Mortgage,
Tell everybody about Revolve Mortgage.
We are a broker and we work with like 100 different lenders. And as I said before, I love working with the broker because I have opportunity to work with different lenders. They have different program. They have a little bit different rates. So I can shop around and I can find the best option for different borrower, because everybody has the different scenario, different situation. So I used to work with a banker, and at the beginning I didn't know better. Now I like it's different for different lender. For some lender yeah. So for me, maybe for somebody else's working with banker is better, but for me working with broker is it's even more fun too, actually. We are expanding our company and we are getting more license for other states. But I'm licensed in Texas. I can originate loan anywhere in Texas.
Awesome. So talk to everybody a little about you, because like our first guest, Jenny over there, you're not from the United States either, are you?
Oh, no, I'm American.
You're American now. You're American now.
No. Obviously, my accent, everybody know I have a very thick accent. But I'm from Iran. I moved to U.S. 8 years ago, and it has very interesting story how I
So Ginny's been
got
here longer
here.
than you have.
Yes, yes, yeah, yeah. I came here 2000, maybe I'm wrong, 2015.
9 years.
So 9 years. Yes,
Okay.
wow, 9 years. Okay, almost.
Yeah.
See, I yeah, and I moved to New York first. I was there for a year, and then I moved to Texas, which I love it here.
Why did you
And-
move to Texas from New York, other than the obvious reasons?
What is the obvious reason?
Taxes.
Oh no! Believe me, I wasn't that smart in that time. I didn't know anything about it. I was
Cost
too
of
new.
living.
Yes, cost of living. That was the only thing. So back in my country, I was a movie industry. I was a film editor and documentary filmmaker.
That's right.
So New York was like heaven for me.
Either that or
you
LA,
know.
one of the
Yes, yes. So because I was more into the independent side of movie making, so I was like, New York is better fit, and I'm painter also, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to New York, and I have few friends that we went to the same university in Iran, and they are in movie business. They moved to New York, and they were there, so they said, okay, move here, and we can work and stuff, and I love New York, and I always watching Woody Allen movies, and and
Woody Allen?
he was my
Wow.
yeah, he was my favorite filmmaker over there, and I was
Not
like
know that
always,
about you.
And the other show I love, it was Sex and the City, and it's
Really?
and I was always dreaming about going to New York and be an artist, and just have shows and this and that and all the adventure you see in it. But when you get there, it's nothing like the movie that you watch.
You notice that when you start talking about something she's comfortable with, she just.
Yeah, but it was fun. I loved it because Manhattan is full of art galleries, there's like all the theater and all the Broadway
So
shows.
that's also. Let's tell everybody that you're an artist. You didn't do this because it was, just something you just did off a whim. You actually painted this. You're an artist.
Yeah.
Painter.
Yeah.
So tell everybody.
So being creative is very important for me. I get bored if I do something same over and over again. So for me, creativity is very fun and enjoyable because I can do different stuff, and I use my brain, I use my emotion, I can express my feeling. So yeah, the story started from here, that I went to New York, and I started working as a director assistant or film editor, all this thing, but it wasn't enough, and life was very rough over there. So I was decided to go back, and then my friend, she was living in Texas, and she said, no, come over here. Texas people are friendly, and there are lots of job opportunity. And then I was like, okay. And it's not cold. It was cold over there.
Yes.
And then I moved here, and I shocked at the beginning because it's very different. And then I fall in love with Texas and
It's easier.
everything, and
Everything's
city, and
easier.
people are warm and friendly and very diverse, and life is easier. So I start working, but I couldn't get into the art or movies.
Yeah,
It's,
art here in Texas is probably not something that you should be coming here to do. So
Yes. So that was the part I missed, but now I'm painting more. I'm more focused on painting and writing, but that's the thing I can do. Time to time I miss working on it, movie set. It's but that's the past.
I need to introduce you to Irene Urube. She is another real estate agent I'm working with. She's actually an actress in film
Oh, nice.
and a real
Yeah.
estate agent. So
Yeah.
remind me about that later.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so I thought, okay, so I'm a painter. I can paint anywhere. I can have show anywhere, and if I want to make movie, I can just save some money, get some fun, and maybe every 5 years I can make some short movies or whatever. And then I start working at retail.
Yeah, you did.
Which was horrible.
Yeah,
I never work at retail.
Yes. You work a lot of hours and make no money.
Yes, so I work at one of these big pharmacy, which I don't want to mention their name.
But now you are in mortgage, and you're doing a very good job at helping your clients get loans for houses that they want to
Yes.
buy. And so tell everybody a little bit about some of the programs, because Jenny was mentioning earlier, there's hundreds of programs out there.
Yeah.
So
there
what are
is.
some of the top programs that your company, Revolve Mortgage, offers to your clients?
Oh, one of the great one that we got it recently is a zero down payment.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that we are very excited about it.
What's the minimum credit score?
It's I think 640.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not bad,
Mhm.
640 is just and there is no purchase limit, so it is another
So it's
very
no down
Zero.
payment with 640 credit score, and you can buy $1 million house.
not $1 million house,
said?
700.
Did you
Yeah,
not hear
yeah. Yeah, that would be yes. It's John
Okay.
Malone. It's completely different.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is another thing that I like, and we have another program that they cover the closing cost. So that's really good too. And we have another one is the borrower they just pay 1% down payment, and we put 2%, and which is like grand, and they don't have to pay back. So
So
they
you
go
end up
in
with
that
three down?
bid for sorry, they put 1%, we add 3%, and they end up with 4% down payment, and they don't have to pay back, and they don't have to pay mortgage insurance too. So
No PMI.
no, so that's the
Really?
good thing, because it helped their
Wow.
DTI to
Yeah,
to
debt
have a
income.
yeah. So this is another one which I really like it, but now I'm so excited about the zero down payment.
That's pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you work with people that want to buy resale houses or new builds, or both?
Mostly I work with resale, but because most of the new build they have their own lenders.
Right.
And they said like, oh, if you use our lender, we give you $5,000 or something like that. But the only time I got to actually I work with some people, they want to buy a new. There were only time that their own builder rejected them.
Mhm.
But fortunately, I could approve them.
Yeah.
So they came to me and said, hey, the builder lender said no, we cannot get it. And I look at there and I found a way to approve.
Right.
So that was the only time I could get it.
So lesson there is just because someone says no doesn't mean you can't get it somewhere else.
Yes.
Tell everybody, we've known each other for a couple of years now, so tell everybody what you do to market your business. How do you get leads? I love talking about this with her because she gets embarrassed.
I know. So I try different things, and it's always when you start kind of like your own business, you have to keep trying to find the right way. So I didn't have a coach like you, and then I started with like calling agent, which was the worst thing I ever do. So and then it didn't work. And but from at the beginning, most of the lead I get was from friends, people who know me, and they know that I am become a lender, and they trusted me. They were my friends agent, friends, family. So I started like that, and then I started like on Facebook. That was the first thing, and then I worked on Instagram later, and then I met somebody named Kevin Davidson. And he was coaching and helping agent for the marketing. And then one of my agent friends said, oh, Kevin help people. And I was like, he only help agent because I cannot give him any lead or contract because I'm lender, and I don't think he's gonna, and I met you. And
you
then
met me at a Christmas party.
It was Christmas,
It was our Christmas
or
party.
Halloween, something
No,
like
it
that.
was our Christmas party.
Yeah, and I was so shy, and I asked, hey, Kevin, I heard that I'm lender. Can you help me? I said, yeah, why not? You can come. So
You might not be able to direct business to me, but you can tell an agent if they ask.
So I've been, whenever I meet anybody in all the networking, or I keep telling them, hey, Stuart Title are the best, and I believe that truly because I know that I work with many agents that they work with you.
Well, your other best friend.
Yeah.
uses me pretty much all the
Yeah,
time.
Shiva was the one that introduced me to
Yeah.
you and told me that you do it, and she always uses it whenever she get a chance. She is on seller part, or she get a chance, or somebody ask which title is better. So yeah, and then you helped me. Oh, the first thing he did was he wanted me to be in front of camera, which I hated it. And I remember that he sent me to radio, and he got sick, and he said, "Oh, I'm not coming." I was like, "Okay, I'm sick too." And he said, "No, you're not sick. You're gonna go."
I don't ever get sick, but I was sick that day, and there was no way I was going to get the truck and drive.
Yeah.
And she went by herself, and she did a great job. And now you're one of Bill's favorite guests.
Yeah, he's great. He not great. He's
Yeah,
great. You are great too.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
And
what
then-
are some of the things that you want to do in the future marketing to grow your business?
Okay, so another thing that I'm missing, and Kevin keep telling me to do it. I'm sorry, I'm not very good student. So he kept telling me that I have to make like educational video, because like most of the video I make, especially on TikTok, is kind of funny videos. And okay, I tell you the secret why I do that, because I don't have to talk.
All of their,
And I'm
all of
trying.
Her and Shiva's videos are all like mime videos. So everything they do, there's a bunch of action in it, but there's no vocals. They don't talk.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think there are many things. One is my voice. Second thing is my accent. So, so I think I'm missing that part. And my YouTube channel, I started it, but I think I have to work on that part more.
Okay.
But seriously, I learned a lot from you, and I'm gonna keep continue. I promise I'm gonna be a better student.
She'll get there one day.
Yeah, because I was always behind the camera.
That doesn't make any sense.
And I was judging people. And I was very mean behind that camera. So now, especially when you are editor, you see all the different shots they take.
So now you're being judged.
Yes, that's. Nothing's different, but everything is going really well. The marketing and whatever you taught me and whatever I was doing it, I think I'm getting better, more comfortable. And the best thing it's worked for me is what you call it, word of the mouth.
Word of mouth.
Referrals.
Yes.
Yeah, referrals. Is,
Okay.
each time I can. Close a loan that different people say, no, this is impossible. So it put me kind of in a little bit difficult situation, because now everybody think when they just send me the rejected borrower.
You'll get turned into it.
and I get it. But still, that is give me a extra pleasure when I.
So if anybody out there that's watching this is they need to get a loan for a house, how do they get a hold of you?
So you can call me. My phone number is 832-572-8345, and you can email me as nasreenavazian@gmail.com. I know it's difficult. Don't ask me to spell it.
I was going to ask you, spell it.
Okay. So Nasreen is Nasrin, and then Avazian is my last name, is Eyvazian. So it's nasreenavazian@gmail.com. And I have Instagram, Nas Mortgage, and I have Facebook, Nas Kary, and I have TikTok, Nas Mortgage. So you can contact me, you can call me. I'm available even on weekend. If you have any question, if you are planning to buy a house and you think, oh, my credit score is bad or this and that, if you plan to buy a house next year in 2 years, still call me. And sometimes people do some mistakes and they cannot buy a house.
Give me your phone number one more time.
832-572-8345. Call me.
Thanks for being on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Nasreen Kary here with Revolve Mortgage. Thanks, guys, for listening. I want to thank Jenny again for being on the podcast and for coming over here. And we just met. All right. So you guys need a real estate agent, give her a call. You need a mortgage company, give Nas a call. Thanks for watching episode number 57. Again, thank you to Jennifer Smidas, Caitlin Cornick, Devin Devin, and Wendy Santana, and everybody that I work with. And if you want to be on the podcast and you're an agent or a vendor that operates in the Fort Wayne County area, call me, 832-654-0527. I'll put you on the calendar. Until next week, you guys have a great week. Take it easy.
Bye.
Bye-bye now.